The Sony Handycam HDR-CX110. It's an amazing camcorder, but I've reached the limits, and I'm looking to upgrade. And this shows the specs of the lens. It's got an aperture of 1.8, and it's got a focal length ranging from 2.5 millimeters clear out to 62.5 millimeters. Keep in mind that the camcorder has a 1/4 inch sensor, which is really on the small side. And in case you're wondering, a little bit of creativity. Yeah, that's a mirror in case you're wondering. Now, what do you suppose this is a picture of? To you, it looks like nothing more than an all-black image, but with 5x color multiplication, you can kind of see some details, except there's a huge amount of grain mixed in. Revert that back, and turn the light on, and hey, what do you know? You can really make out what it's supposed to be. It's a pillow. Off goes the light, and what do you know? It's all black again. One of the major disadvantages with my camcorder is that it's so insensitive to light because of the tiny sensor and stuff like that, that not only have I got the exposure maxed throughout this whole thing, I have not changed the exposure, it's also extremely grainy. Of course, when you get into higher light conditions like this, yeah, this is overexposed, but it gives you the basic idea. When it's very bright, the grain is almost completely absent, and this camcorder can really pick out some really amazing detail. Just to give you the idea on what that is, it's a flower. One of the most annoying things about my camcorder is that I have to spend quite a bit of time digging through menus just to change the exposure and focus. Just to give you an example, here you can see some roofing shingles, but even farther out in the distance there's some trees over there, but that's kind of overexposed and it's really out of focus. Each time you see the screen jerk, I've pressed something on the screen to adjust that. This is too bright, so reduce the exposure. I think that might be a little too much darkening. Now for focus, there's spot focus, which usually works, but it's not always a guarantee. So in that case, I just go to regular focus. But that's the basic idea. Imagine if I can just spin a little dial on a lens, for example. That'd be so much more convenient. The Panasonic DMC-GH3 pretty much covers everything that I want, and more. When I get that upgraded camera in about 4 months during the holiday season, which is also when the prices are usually a lot lower, I'll first be starting out with an El Cheapo lens where it's really cheap, but I can at least use the camera. Save up some more, and then I can get a general purpose kind of lens for really putting that camera to use. And following that, I can just branch out from a really long lens for really close-up zoom shots, and a really short one for wide-angle shots, and another one with a very small aperture like f1.4 for example, for those nighttime shots. You know, you kind of get the idea. I'll just branch out from there. Thank you for any and all contributions. Just imagine all the amazing possibilities I could do with a new camera.